you gotta get that back in order. Keep that in order. And it's not an easy thing to do in this kingdom. And they make it more and more difficult every day. Because it's less every time you go to the store, it's less and less of what you actually can eat. And then they make the things that are actually good for your body ridiculously expensive. But when did you go to the hot bar and it costs less than getting a salad?
Yeah.
When did that become, you know? When in that movie with The Rock and Anthony Mackie and what was his name and why am I seeing his face? I can't think of his name. The dude, you know, that one dude that's really a Jake. He looked like, you know, Marky Mark.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. That movie that they did was based upon a true story.
I know you're talking about bodybuilding.
Yeah, they were bodybuilding and
okay.
stuff, personal trainers and all that.
Yeah.
And that one, and he had the Jewish client.
Yeah,
And the Jewish, and he was talking about do this, do that, you do that, and eat a salad. And he said, you know who invented salads? They made salads popular. He said, we invented that. Poor people.
Pain and gain.
There you go, pain and gain. The Jewish guy told him salads were for poor people because they were affordable. Now salads cost more than the food.
Yeah.
Because if the salads will actually heal you. And then to a certain extent, because they messing with that now.
That's it.
You got all these seedless fruits and vegetables now.
Yeah.
So that are missing half the nutrients.
That's over 90% of the fruits.
You've heard me say 1,000 times that the fact that you know, the supplement aisles exist in grocery stores is evidence of the corruption. How you gonna send me to the supplement aisle to get E, D, F, Z, zinc, and B when it should be all that should be in the fruits and vegetables? That should be in the meat. Why the fuck do I have to buy? I buy grapefruit and oranges and apples and still have to go buy vitamin C, D, and B. You see what I'm saying?
It's funny that you mentioned like that. Like you said, how does the organic stores still have vitamin and mineral departments in it?
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's evidence of the corruption. This place is corrupt.
I was at Mariano's earlier, and I was talking to the one girl who works in the produce department, and I was like, you know, saying like, she already knew I always ask her where the organic this and that, and so I was like, where's you won't have any seeded grapes? She said, I said I already know y'all don't have them, but you know I need to get seeded grapes. I'll get mine for pizza. It's only one pizza I can get them sometimes in Oakland. And she was like, we've been asking the producers to give us seeded grapes, but they're only giving us seedless grapes.
They're following orders. They start giving, and this is what they're trying to do.
And she further to say that people have been asking, like myself, asking for it. When people ask and it's demand, the owner of the store, but hey, I got a demand for this. So they're going to the people saying, hey, give me seeded grapes. And they're like, no.
Just to get it, Jake. Just to get it, Jake.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay. This is Job 24, verse 13. They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. The murder rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. And speaking of Esau, in all the righteous ways of this word of this Bible, Esau openly rebels against it. The Lord says that the seed of the fruit is supposed to be in itself. Esau takes that away. The Lord says don't mingle diverse seeds. Esau gives you GMOs. You know what I'm saying? Everything the Most High sets up, Esau just does the opposite.
Yeah. I walked in to the Whole Food or the Mariano's on Chicago Avenue.
Yeah.
Cause I go past that one a lot, so I went up in there and I forget what I went to go get. And that's the one I probably go to the most. And I walked up in there and I saw something like it was what did they call it? Not an apricot. It was an apricot plum.
They don't crossbreed. Are you serious? They don't crossbreed.
I looked at it. I was like, I've never seen a fruit like this. And then I picked it up and read it. I was like, what the fuck? So it's an apricot and a plum that got put together.
Genetically modified,
you know,
genes.
and no seed. Of course not. A frankenfruit. And we know that,
Fraduci.
we know that within that fruit, how many chemicals was in there, and how many shots was given that thing. And I'm willing to bet that the nutritional value in it is very low.
0.
And it probably does more damage to your organs than it does help, because the way that shows you how the power, the might, and the majesty of Yahweh Shai is that fruit and vegetables, those things tend to help the organs that they actually look like.
Yeah.
So if it's shaped like your testicles, it's going to help your testicles. If it's shaped like your heart, it's going to help your heart. If it's shaped like your liver, it's going to help your liver. That's why they call them kidney beans. The kidney beans look just like the kidney beans. All right? So certain things. Yes, exactly. So there's certain food, all of the Lord didn't make any mistakes. This man comes along, get Job 13.
I got one right here. That's all right.
So get that 2 Timothy. All right. Trust in the science. Why you niggas is trust in the science? You know, even though she turned out to be a fake, that broad, I believe she's a fake. The one bitch that was walking backwards. After she took the shot. I think she was just trying to get some money. But anyway.
It's Job 13:4. I'm going to read it in the AMP. But you smear me with lies. You defame my character most untruthfully. You are all worthless physicians and have no remedy to offer.
Exactly. That was a black eye, man. All right.
Somebody get that man some mic and put on his eye.
What are the most common pharmaceuticals in water? The EPA and the USGS tested multiple U.S. water sources and found that at least 47 different pharmaceuticals. The most common in your basic water that you take your shower in, that you take out your tap water, all the bullshit that's in the water
absorbing through your skin.
That you water your fruits, your vegetables, and all that. You wash your dog with, you wash your car, all that shit. This is over 47 different pharmaceuticals. The most common detected were hydrochlorothiazide, lithium, metoprolol, carbamazepine, estrone, and sulfamethylloxazole.
None of these can't be good for you. They can't be good for
They're
your
too difficult to pronounce.
They can't be good for your organs. They can't be good for your flesh. There's no way
said
it's harmful to you. Like I said, I got both my dogs, you know, the one that passed never had it, but the two that are left alive and they old now themselves, they both have like these cancerous growths on them. And I already know it's from this rain and shit. And they were trying to say, well, you know, from tick bites, you know, and all this other shit. But how the fuck does Lyme disease get inside of a tick?
That's right.
Tick's been here, you know,
long before Lyme.
Exactly. And so how does that happen? What kind of weirdo sits in a laboratory and I'm gonna inject this tick with Lyme?
Right.
And reproduce it.
And then
let's take over the world.
And then drop it off of your farm.
You know?
Because they've been reported to be dropping them off where there's no tick, nothing in the whole area.
And now they've been caught doing it.
Yeah.
That was a
You have different farmers and stuff that are approaching them. Like, what is this shit? You know, right? You know, I'm seeing this shit fly out of planes and helicopters and they go over and open it up and there's ticks all over the damn
They
thing.
got cameras around their cornfields. They making sure that they protect their assets. So now they're getting popped off with this shit.
And anyone ever see that image and it was broke my heart when you saw that moose, that mighty majestic creature.
Yeah.
His whole body was covered in ticks, man, until he collapsed. All right, you know his whole
blood suckers.
Yeah.
It says how they accomplish
diligence. You got it.
There it is.
Yeah. This is Psalm 64 verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep.
It's deep, and it says the thief cometh not but for to
Steal,
kill, and destroy, man. And they accomplish a diligent search to do all these things, man. It says how that they
How do you? What makes you sit down and want to figure out how to break a genome code or a DNA code to inject. You got to inject a virus.
That's the spirit that I was about to say that earlier. You have to put a virus to break the code, which actually takes away over 80-90% of the
nutrients. Who around the world collecting up viruses?
Oh shit!
He still did.
Who would do that?
He took the bubonic plague, some rats that was found and preserved, and he went and extracted out of that.
Well, he could have extracted all the dead bodies. However they got it, but who would do that?
Hey, didn't he just plead the fifth?
Except the FIF.
Daniel 8:25, and through his policy, also he caused craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. And this, I just make me think of the videos back in the time. He was the authority. He had no. You used to say it back in the day. Look at all these people who are speaking for the people who has no official titles. These are niggas from this private company, nigga from overseas, nigga from across the world, and here they are. Here's their faces.
Non-elected officials. You got non-elected individuals that are making decisions for American government, for American people, man. Right? Like and you know, just like these lobbyists, we all know where they come from. You know, the mini hats.
Curly fries.
You know, and
curly fries.
And you got all these people. They got voices, but the American people, well, they just shut up and bend over. They ain't saying a damn thing.
Bend over.
Right. That's what they are, the bend overs. Right?
So-called computer.
That's a movie right there, American bend overs.
So-called computer experts have authority over medical scenarios.
Right.
And so it says Daniel 8:25, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and shall magnify himself in his heart.
Yes, sir.
And by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
Peace and science, man. You know, somebody grabbed that 1 Timothy 6:20. He's always trying to get you to believe the science of the truth.
But he don't know shit.
And I can see the faces of some of these people who are saying some of the most evil and heinous things toward people who didn't want to take that stuff because they could actually think for themselves. And so there's this mass campaign to demonize and let's make their lives miserable. Let's make them where they can't have any lives. Take away their job. Take away their driver's license. Take away their passports. Yeah. And don't let them allow them to go to work. We're gonna make life impossible for them.
Don't give them a burger.
And that's the whole. And that was the whole plan. And yet, and the majority of the people that took it have not recovered from it. You know, you got a few lucky ones that just got saline, but the people who got them real shots, they still fucked up. They are not. They haven't been the same since, man.
Right? I mean, they just dying.
Yeah.
You know?
And there's not being because they were able to track death in this modern day. And since those shots were forced, they've had a rise in miscellaneous deaths. All right? Yeah. Miscellaneous deaths, that's what they call them.
Right.
But we know exactly what they're from.
Exactly.
It's because they know, it's just like, okay, this many people die from cancer, this many people have heart attacks on a regular basis, this many people have lupus, and blah, blah, blah. They kept up with these numbers. But then all of a sudden you have these thousands, hundreds, and then thousands, and now in the millions of miscellaneous deaths.
Right.
Extra deaths. Somebody look it up. Hey, you can look it up on them fancy phones.
You got these funeral parlors and this, that, and other. That's having all kinds of issues. The embalmers.
The embalmers came forward.
Running all kinds of problems, just trying to get all the fluids out so that they can process the body.
You done had these embalmers come forth. Someone can look that up too. And I remember listening to one lady speak. She said she had been doing this for 40 years, and she'd never seen anything like this. And they were pulling, clots out of people that were 4 and 5 feet long. You know,
wow.
And then you're wondering why they died. You got a clot that's in you that's 4 or 5 feet long, running through your veins.
You're 5 foot broad.
And they trying to right, and they trying to and you thinking hell yeah, your heart and everything else is gonna stop.
I got something for you.
All right, bring it out, brother.
I just went into Google and typed in number of miscellaneous deaths. This is official health data systems like the CDC FastStats Do not use a category called miscellaneous deaths, but instead group unclassified or other specified events into categories like undetermined intent, 4,441 deaths, or specific and accidental groups. So 144, basically 4,441 deaths.
And this year, what is that? That can't be overall. It's got to be in the millions around the world at this point.
Right. And we know they use.
So, and then the Center of the Disease Creation, like I said, we know exactly what that is.
It's like the Food and Drug Administration. Why you gonna put food and drugs? Why you gonna put food and drugs together?
Exactly.
And the food should be food, drugs should be drugs, and drugs should be basically. And the drugs should really be food, because the Lord said the medicine of the earth comes from the earth.
Oh, please. Oh, can I? You just said. This is Ezekiel 47, chapter 12, verse. And by the river upon the bank thereof, on the side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat, whose leaf should not fade, neither shall the fruit thereof be consumed. It should be it should bring forth new fruit according to his months, because their waters that issued out of the sanctuary. Now here's the point, because that part goes into something else, but first base is this. And the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the leaf thereof for medicine.
Ooh.
So you can't. Matter of fact, a lot of times they'll tell you in science that the watermelon is wonderful. The rind is more potent than that's the leaf. If you go into almost every single fruit and
real bitter stuff.
The bitter stuff, the rinds, and the orange rinds, the grapefruit rinds, even the seeds and the pits of certain of the fruits and vegetables are nutrient dense. Mm-hmm. That's because it starts a whole new food chain through the planting of the seed or the decaying of the rind. It's the Lord's science, man.
Right.
That's why even the Lord gave rules to the men of the Lord when they was attacking the city, and they say, hey, cut down the trees. He said, hey, don't cut down the trees that bear fruit. Only cut down the male trees or trees that don't bear fruit. Because how are you going to feed yourself? How are you going to be able to sustain yourself in the campaign? You have a ready food source. So the Lord has given us everything. The Lord has given us free air. He's given us free water. Water is the number one.
And they contaminate it.
Come on, man.
They weaponize it.
And they
whatever you about to
and
say.
tokenizing it.
Yep, tokenizing it and weaponizing it. Yep. Did somebody grab that the science falsely so far? Go ahead, brother.
It's 1 Timothy 6:20. I'm gonna read it in the AMP though. O Timothy, guard and keep safe the deposit of godly truth entrusted to you. Turn away from worldly and godless chatter with its profane, empty words and the contradictions of what is falsely called knowledge.
Wow. Right. And the word science literally means to know. All right. Now read it in the King James.
This is the same 1 Timothy 6:20 in the KJV. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and the oppositions of science falsely so called.
So Timothy, the Lord sent through Timothy, the Lord sent us a message that there would be people who try to oppose his will and his way through false science.
Yep.
And he let us know it.
And do the exact opposite of the knowledge of Yahweh Shem
Say trust in the science.
I was about to say that.
You trust in the science.
That is what they have loaded in the minds and engraved in the minds of the people.
And they're using pseudoscience.
Exactly.
Yeah, we trust in real science.
Exactly.
All right. I always say, if I let go of my phone, it's gonna fall.
Right.
All right. That's gravity. But when you tell me that I'm gonna let go of my phone, it's gonna fly over there to Shapatya. No, man, it ain't gonna happen.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that again, they have engraved the minds of the people. I have seen somebody say that today, and this was a nigga woman. You know what I'm saying? They posted something up, and they were still backing this dude Fraduci.
Wow.
And was saying that's all a lie. He is your hero, and
you stupid bitch.
Trust the science. Trust the science. And they saying they trying to get on Fauci because he's helping people and this, that, and other thing. I say, man, these people. Matter of fact, let me just read the scripture. Psalms 37 and 12, it says the wicked plotteth against the just.
That's it.
And,
It goes right in what I was. Go ahead.
yep, it says the wicked plotteth against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. All right, because he has the wicked is empowered to do these things, all right, and to manipulate and to just have the minds of our people in their hands.
I gotta see, because you said it, he had the power to do all this. He couldn't go to bed without plotting it. And
Right.
That's what I had.
Well, you want to read?
No, I'm gonna hit that
Okay.
because you go back to it. People
So-
say no. I'm gonna hit this because
Okay.
it goes back to this is
Yes,
how
sir.
he did it.
Yes, sir.
Proverbs 4 and 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of an evil man. Avoid it. Pass not by it. Turn from it and pass away. For they sleep not,
Damn.
except they have done mischief. They can't sleep at night.
Right.
They toss and
It's
turn. All right.
You ain't done nothing yet.
It's like I got to get these niggas. How can I get these niggas?
Right.
And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. So they sitting there like,
You figured it
what
out?
the fuck?
He suck his thumb and sleep like a baby.
Right. Exactly.
And then in the morning, is what you go back to what
Well,
you
because
read.
it says
In the morning
they practice it because it is the power of their hand, right?
Repeat this before you continue.
Yes, sir.
It says about 12 million have died worldwide due to COVID-19.
Wait, could you say that again?
This is from Google. About 12 million have died worldwide due to COVID-19. Officially reported data shows over 7.1 million direct deaths, but the true global estimates are higher
Yes.
and in the range roughly around 15 to over 22 million total active deaths. So, but now that we know that the shot killed people more than COVID itself,
Yes.
COVID had a 99.6 survivable rate.
Yeah.
99.6. How the hell is something 99.6 killing 22 million people?
Couldn't
No, the shot killed the people.
Exactly.
And now we know that to be true.
And for the
And that, which is why somebody pleaded the fifth.
That's
And then, and that stupid bitch, she's one of them people who's just too proud to apologize to all the people she demonized
Yep.
for not taking it.
Exactly.
And her ass probably got the she took it and she got the
All the
flip-flops.
placebo.
no, but she probably got the
Oh.
The Rona.
no. The
Saline
fake
shot.
ones, the saline shot.
Saline
She
shot
got
is
she got
placebo.
the saline, so she fine.
Huh.
All right. So she just gonna assume because she's fine that all these people that's dead with all these blood clots in their body, you know.
But they can't.
So COVID put blood clots in your body. Shut your dumb ass up.
Right.
They can't quantify the number though, because half the doctors they were already instructed to put it for regular shit. So a lot of the deaths are still not counted for
Oh, yeah.
because they're saying,
Most
oh,
of them-
that
yeah.
was a pulmonary, that was just a heart attack. Oh, that was a stroke. Oh, that was this or that. When it actually
They were
was,
told to do that.
Yeah.
And you got medical professionals that left the field because of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't in good conscience. They couldn't. Yeah, they got a lot of nurses and a lot of doctors say, I can't do this, man. We're killing people.
That's it.
Right? And when we killing people, and I can't do this no more. And a lot of them left that field. But go
We
ahead.
finish this, yep. Back in this Psalms 37 and 12, it says, the wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of an upright conversation. And it's just like long shanks, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't care. They'll kill some of their own people just to get at the upright, just to get at the righteous. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you're killing your own people.
fuck him.
Right. He said, we get some of theirs too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He said, but Lord, our men are down there.
Right. He said, but we're killing some of their men too. You know what I'm saying? It's like he don't care. He said, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
I got a scripture.
That's it.
Hold that precept.
Okay.
Bible shop. Hold your precept. Ask Google. Now that evidence proves the shots did damage. All right. How many deaths will be overturned to the, contributed to the shots and not COVID itself. Because now this is an open topic that they're talking about. So let's see what this let's get AI and Google to start studying.
Buffer.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we yeah, of course they did. That's them five. But you know what? Them Israelites want to follow them 501c3 charter camps.
That's what they need in there.
Hey, these guys, these microphone holders. All right, those are 501c3 camps, man. All right, you have to make a arrangement with the government to speak that way. Right.
Say the microphone fiends, huh?
Pretty much. Yeah, they got the what do they call that thing that you speak through? Something phone. What do you call that thing?
Megaphone.
Megaphone.
Right.
Yeah, these megaphone camps. If they're standing on there with the megaphone or actual microphone speaking to it through a speaker, those people, those are 501c3 charter camps.
You have to have a license.
And you have to have a license. That means you're in league with Esau Hill, man. All right, and those people are not to be trusted, and you shouldn't be listening to them. Because they can't teach the truth. They have to change the doctrine. They can't teach the name. Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say, if you encounter a Israelite camp and the members have on body cams, that's a dead giveaway. All right, they've been compromised. You gotta have a license and all type of shit to do that.
Damn, body cam
They
camps
got
now?
body cams. Purple City gang.
Wow.
Out there on 6th Street, man. Encountered them, I'm just fucking with them. I'm looking over certain guys, I guess they're like enforcers and shit. They got body cams on. So it's like, where's this
That's what these are for.
You gotta have a database.
That's what these are for.
Yeah.
All right? When you got 3 or 4 camps going and every brother's holding the phone, something go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know?
Them niggas got body cams.
But go ahead, let's present that question to bring, and somebody was holding scripture. Go ahead and bring out that scripture and then present that question.
Okay, this is Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach 38, and I'm gonna read the 4th verse. Yahweh hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. So these medicines that were brought to the real physicians, that was natural herbs and things of this nature, the scripture says that a wise man won't abhor them. So why did this man decide that he wanted to go to the petroleum-based meds and this, that, and the other? Why? Because they don't cure. They take down one ailment and prop up 3 or 4 others. And when you and they even got now their own commercials that can create this and this and that. I keep my original ailment. Fuck.
Yeah, they usually found somebody with a really pleasant voice to tell you all the other ways you're gonna die. All right, but here let me read this, man. So real quick, somebody hold Zechariah 11:5 on deck again. I think we might have read it already. But here, the water, brother. They said now the evidence proved the shots did more damage. How many deaths will be? And then, it says no deaths will be overturned or reclassified from the vaccine-induced deaths. It just told you that they were vaccine-induced deaths. I'll read it again. No deaths will be overturned or reclassified from the vaccine-induced deaths. You know why? Because that will make insurance companies go broke. All right? I'll read it again. No deaths will be overturned or reclassified from the vaccine-induced deaths or COVID-19 deaths because the public health agencies treat them as a completely separate medical causes. All right, so it's saying the very few people, which is probably old, sickly people who are about to die anyway, who died from COVID, but the majority of people died from the vaccine-induced deaths. A lot of them died instantly, right on camera. All right, don't forget the videos. We never forget that foul, that proud Edomite woman, because Jesus surely loves me.
Boom!
She stumbled off stage and fell on her face. The Lord took her ass out right then and there. And they thought it was part of her skit. They laughed at first. She's a comedian.
Right. Right. Till she hit her head that hard, then I think.
Well, when she planted face first.
Right. Right.
You know,
yeah.
when her face bounced off the ground.
Yes.
All right. How death certificates work. So basically, I don't even need all. Everything is right there in that first statement. No deaths will be overturned or reclassified from the vaccine-induced deaths. Hold on, I got to screenshot that.
You got it.
Yeah, this gonna go into the
vault.
to the come on now.
To the thumbnail.
This phone went black.
But the Lord said, the scripture said, make sure you know your sin will find you out. There's nothing you can do, not from a so-called righteous Israelite to a so-called two-third Israelite to a heathen. There's nothing you can do that's not going to be revealed in its due time. The Lord said He's going to exalt the works that we do in secret. He's going to proclaim them. Then how much more the false? So all the wicked, He said, all they that do wicked, they're going to be exposed, man. They're going to be laid bare.
Well, and truth be told, man, nobody is really looking out for the welfare of Israel as we are.
Come on, man.
Not Farrakhan.
No.
Not definitely not Gahana. He told their people go take it.
Mm.
Not IUIC. Nobody's really looking out for the welfare of Jacob as the men of the great millstone and the few brothers that teach the likewise doctrine.
That's right.
There's no one else that's warning Jake and trying to tell Jake, you know, what to do and what not to do and how to live right.
That's right. And it set an example, living the same way they're telling people to. The Lord said, do as they say, not as they do. We're doing as we say. We're not just telling you to do what we say. No, we're doing it. We're living it. We're living it by example through the Spirit and power of the Lord, and we're teaching it by example. And those who follow suit, that's who are real men of the Lord are. Right? And the Lord's making a separation in all humanity of the righteous, hopeful elect, and the two-thirds, and the heathens, man. Lord, and this is why it's actually beautiful to see how the Lord is. I mean, this guy was empowered, vetted up by the elites, by the governments, and backed up. But now he's still got to be the face of. That's what that book of Daniel, when it says the real king set up governors and presidents so the king will get no damage. Now he's just damage control.
Right, and he's damage control, so they might throw him under the bus.
Yes.
Or they gonna let him pick and choose who to get thrown under the bus.
Right. So it wasn't me. I was just listening to him. They told me.
So you know. But once again, it's all a distraction from the fact that this Third World War is about to go full blown.
Yes.
We're getting there, man. So you know, I'm shocked that we've actually made it this far without major incident. I know there was some Edomite in Idaho that was running around with an A.K.A. with an A.R. shooting up people.
He's chimping out.
And some white guy chimped out, Edomite guy, chimped out with his A.R. They still took him alive though, I believe. I watched another Edomite fighting with like 4 or 5 cops, and he actually leveled. You know, he got one hand free and cracked on him and dropped him. He didn't get no clips emptied on him either. You know, Jake get clips emptied on him just for having a phone in their hand.
Right.
You know,
actually giving them the arms and head.
Or actually, and sometimes completely surrendering their hands, and they get blasted on. You know, so it's you know.
Stop surrendering.
That's
exactly.
But no, it's beautiful because now we see, like the Lord said, the righteous will see the downfall of our enemies. Esau is losing so bad in every single way. Even the elites, they're being made mockery of. Everything that DJ Chump's doing over there. Now I got to go see if we running out of missiles. We need to come. How you running out of missiles? I thought you was the great army of the undefeatable. So you running out of everything. Now you ain't gonna have nothing but to shoot but a real nuke.
That's exactly what this is coming down to. Because the truth of the matter is, America and Israel will not be able to defend themselves without using, the fiery arrows, and that's what it's coming down to. Because they're running out.
Of convention.
And they're trying to, drag, and the little hats are or the mini hats are definitely doing what the scripture said they would do. They're drawing everyone into this thing, man.
And now we're married together.
Mhm.
The United States militaries and the
And more and more people starting to
they
see
stopped
that.
it. Yeah.
More and more people starting to see that when this thing goes, when all these prophecies are being fulfilled, how when this draft comes, how they be trying to snatch up, our sons and daughters, to send them over there, and we got young men here in this room that are of military service age, and they're gonna be trying to snatch some of these brothers, man, and and the Lord is gonna intervene. And I watched a video with one father. He said that he's the last person that's ever gonna serve. And I've said it myself. I regret my service. I regret, especially understanding and knowing history like I know it now, knowing the things that this country has done to my people many times over, and done to just people around the world. There's no way that I would support, such egregious, hateful, murderous acts, land theft, and you had a lot of soldiers throwing away their medals and shit, Edomites,
Yeah, you just had that.
over the last 10 years or so.
Right.
A lot of guys, because they came back from the desert, from Desert Storm, and it's like, man, we went over there. We really thought we was going over there to do something for America, and we went over there to guard poppy fields for drugs and shit, and that's what it was all about. That's part of that war was really over control over those opium fields, man.
Yeah.
And guess what? Same shit in Vietnam. All right, same shit in Vietnam. That's the whole story. What was his name? Frank. What's his name? Yeah. All right. How they was flying all them bodies back, and that's how they were bringing the. And how dare you? You sending these men back who they made the ultimate sacrifice for this wicked place, and then you gonna sneak drugs in their coffins and shit. And bring it. Ain't that some shit, man? And your government was all a part of that shit, man.
Well, I mean,
Right? Killed a messenger with Jeremy Renner, the actor Jeremy Renner. If you've never seen the movie, that was 1980. That was the first movie about like you saw that show Snowfall.
Yeah.
Snowfall was that movie was based upon the same story. He was a journalist that cracked the story wide open that the CIA was responsible for bringing cocaine across the border into the Americas, and then taking it to their labs and creating a crack rock, and purposely put it in the LA, so-called Negro and Latino neighborhoods, because they downplayed the destruction and the damage that it did on the so-called Latin community, because the gang wars and the death and the prostitution, it hit them too. It was a whole lot of crack babies born, and then and guess what? Esau didn't duck and dodge it either.
Right.
That shit took, the people that were formerly doing coke started doing cocaine.
Hey, shit, yeah, let me go on
Right.
crack that one time, see what that's about.
And and that was it. That's all it took.
One time.
You know?
One time for the one time.
And lots of people know people who are victims of that.
That's it.
Who are know women who were once beautiful and voluptuous, shrink down to nothing, behind and used by the whole community. And just destroyed themselves.
That's it. Olive oil
with that right. You was thick mama in high school, and now you're looking like olive oil running around this motherfucker. All right. How the hell does that happen?
Yeah, exactly. I was the prom queen.
Right, captain of the cheerleader team, captain of the pom-pom squad. And now you just, exactly. Because you just jumping in and out of cars, using your mouth to get that money.
You're crack thing.
You're a crack fiend.
Yeah.
But the women that were running to them damn crack houses and be in the crack house for days at a time, what do you think was going on in that crack house?
Soliciting them out.
Exactly.
Solicitation of the mouth.
Okay. Because she would get high. Because the other guys would come in there to get high, but she didn't have no money to pay for her. So how did she,
I witnessed that because I got on the bus go to Eastwood. I got off the 24 Whipple bus. She comes to son, what can I do? My stomach feel wormy, sir.
Yeah, I bet it does feel warmer with all them different DNAs in it. Okay? And that the crack cocaine in your veins. But that was a creation of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He did that. The same way these little nigglets running around all over the place. All these little nigglets running all over the place, around the place. You know that the nigger is a creation of the so-called white man.
Yeah.
He did that. His policy.
Yep.
You know that don't from the mid 60s up until now.
Yeah.
He created the single woman, that feminist shit,
Black culture.
that black culture, that I don't need no man, and remove the man from the and welfare was originally created to help
Edomites.
everything, right? But then they saw how destructive it was to our people, and then they and our women listening to these different songs, these some of these R&B and rock songs, and just elevating and pumping up the woman. All right.
Right.
You know.
You niggas.
It's one's much worse than that.
Yeah.
You know,
niggas,
me and Mrs. Jones.
You niggas, man.
Ain't nothing going on with the
Exactly. Con, that's a
beautiful. She sang her ass off in the soul wickedness.
Who's
Every
that?
time I hear her,
As We Lay.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
whole song.
Yeah.
She sang the hell out the
Yeah,
song.
she did.
But she's basically singing about her active, and she probably was collecting child support at that time too, baby. She's laying with this other. Come on, man.
in the closet with the beds,
You know?
the whole
And now
time.
you niggas soft because you niggas locked up. You locked up for weed and shit. Who be there telling you weed and shit? Esau got dispensaries.
Yeah, right.
every corner.
Thank you, man. And Esau, for him to even get any little bit of time, he'd have to have a whole, trailer,
Right.
big 18-wheeler trailer full of cocaine,
Hold on, man.
and he'd get a smack on the hand and maybe 2-3 years and some probation, and Jake would get,
Life.
He would get 25 years for 5 little crack rocks.
Hold on.
They say, well, because this is a much more violent drug,
Okay.
You made it.
Right. Yeah.
And you sent it.
You made the shit.
Hold on.
And sent it to the
And so, and then we're all very aware now of, and then the meeting that they had with the rappers,
Yeah.
Right.
all that,
Conscious rap,
all that
no.
conscious rap had to go, man.
Conscious rap.
Common had to reinvent himself.
Yeah. Oh, people forget.
Okay.
To make a crack run, you need baking soda. So those stockholders, they made a lot of money.
I'm
to
sure they
make
made a
baking
whole
soda.
lot of money, brother.
Yeah, you put
The
your
pri-
shit in Arm and Hammer.
The
Yeah.
private,
Let's go.
the private, the private prison people,
Yeah.
they had that meeting, and what was it, Crazy Bone or Lazy Bone? One of them,
Crazy.
It was Crazy Bone that laid it all out. They told all these people that if you ain't down with this, you just need to walk out now. All right, so because they needed more, nigga, bitch, hoe, kill a nigga, shoot a nigga. We
Right.
need them type of lyrics.
When I
We
was,
don't want them talking about, niggas rapping about Abraham and Isaac.
brother, when I,
KRS-One hurt their feelings with that. They heard that shit was like, oh hell no.
Right.
Okay.
It's funny, when I was in the industry and I was trying to get known, I sent them one of my album pictures, whatever, and it was called Elevate Your Mind. It was like, no, it ain't about sex, drugs, what the moment we don't want it. They just flat out say, we don't want this, no, this is not what we're looking for. It has to be, and if I would have made it, elevate your mind.
Right. We take that positive shit and go right to the door.
They did me just like Will Smith and
Jazzy Jeff gonna do that after my
Your
fucking
ass
thing.
out here. We don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, elevate your mind. Can somebody get this Negro out of here?
Man, you was going.
Right. You sat down with Justice Jones, nigga. Said, do you hold your genitalia?
Hey, you niggas, man.
Do you carry illegal files?
CB4.
Right.
CB4.
Right, exactly.
You niggas, man. You niggas who willingly work with Esau, niggas in Saddle Games who willingly work with the FBI, CIA and shit to push that shit community.
Yeah,
man.
but they
Fuck
showed you
man.
in Snowfall. If you never seen Snowfall, it's an excellent watch, brother.
Right.
Yep.
It was an excellent watch.
Yeah.
And because it gives you the whole breakdown of what happened. And they don't really talk about that one journalist, which was played by the character Jeremy Renner, and Don't Kill the Messenger, which they did kill that journalist.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they killed him, and he was an Edomite, but he, you know, but everything happens, you know, within the will of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, because those events had to take place. So we have this as fuel for fire to prove and plead our case when we trying to explain to Jake that this is not your rest, this is not for you. Right?
Yeah, whatever happened to that fucking cargo ship that had all them fucking buildings and
Nothing.
Right here.
Exactly.
Well, you talking about with all the cocaine in it?
Yeah.
Chase
That
Bank.
was a
That's
Chase.
owned by-
Yeah.
I'm looking it up now. It says cargo ship involved in $1.3 billion cocaine bust really owned by J.P. Morgan Chase. So I'm looking it up now. I'm asking chat. It says multiple people were convicted. They don't really have too much information, but they said 8 crew admitted to it, and they got arrested. They received multi-year federal
This shit
prison.
already-
Federal.
Yeah, federal.
Country club shit.
Right.
Yeah, but
Country
this
club.
shit was owned by Chase Bank.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like the manifesto came back out to Chase Bank. So
And-
now
and-
we
Well,
know
this is what
And
you
you know
said.
what? And the guys that probably got arrested for it, they didn't even know what the fucking cargo was.
Not even
The
close.
ri- they, probably, yeah, they basically sent some people up the river, scapegoats.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because
like,
because you know, I bet you that paperwork came across Jake Diamond's. It came across his desk, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right, and all his direct underlings, they knew what was going on.
Yeah.
billions.
So they gonna send up a bunch of low-level shipmen,
Yeah.
a bunch of maritime marines,
Right.
all right, that work on ships.
Mm-hmm.
They got what was my man from Calamari Crisco, Desmond, Dantes.
Dantes.
Right, they got the Dantes treatment. All right, he didn't know what the fuck was going on.
bro?
He like shit. He's all right. Oh, you taking me home? Okay. Fuck home's that way. What are these bracelets? Fuck bars. What? Exactly.
That slang rock shit.
All right. Sent this nigga to a prison on the island. He didn't know what the hell was going on.
That slang rock shit is stink now because they got cameras all the fucking place and shit. So you niggas fuck, man. You dumb niggas.
Yeah, the streets is dead with that shit.
Yeah, that shit
Yeah.
gone.
And then if you was doing it, you'd have to be in league with Esau Edom.
Either anyway.
Point blank period. But they didn't. But guess what? I think it was they just had a bus where it had 12 different sheriff departments was involved in some drug trafficking or sex trafficking, some sort of trafficking. They were doing.
Combination.
All right, so you can't. And what does the scripture say? As the leader is. So there it is, man.
So you had a whole Disney cruise ship that was found with child porn. This was like 73 fucking Disney employees.
Yeah.
All on cruise ships.
And the Pentagon. So your leaders, like you said, brother, when you starting this lesson off, the prophets of the Lord told you that the leaders of this country, that the Illuminati was real, Pizzagate was real, that they were, that they were SN children and women against their will, selling them, shipping them around the world, sacrificing them. Bohemian Grove, even Alex Jones was screaming that. But you said it was all conspiracy theory. We told you that, like he said, we told you that not to take that damn shot. Hold on, let me get the receipt again. I love this receipt, this new one. But it says, they're right. Now that evidence that the shot, this was the question, now the evidence proved that the shot did damage, how many deaths, right? And it says the deaths will, no deaths will be overturned or reclassified from the vaccine-induced deaths to COVID-19. That's all I need. I ain't need to really read no more. Because it is more to it, but that's the point. They just told you that the COVID-19 shot-induced deaths.
But we're not going to tell you.
All right? But we won't be overturned.
We won't officially tell you that.
All right?
Leave that there.
So
There's nothing to see here.
there's nothing to see, right? Toto then pulled down the curtain. He ripped it down. All right? Okay, and the Lord, and this Toto gonna be one of them damn, what do you call them damn things? Cane Corso.
Oh,
About to
okay.
tear your ass in pieces, man.
That's right.
All right? Bring it out, brother.
I got Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, "For we are not fighting against flesh and bone enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in this dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places," man. So, like I said, man, this shit is like, it's levels to it, man. You know what I mean? You got the Klan in the police force, you got the IDF in ICE, all right, and they're getting ready to take over government. Over all these niggas is the small heads. The small heads are the children of Satan. All right, and they're doing all type of unseemly shit, man. They're kidnapping children. They're bringing in dope into the country. You know, they're behind every like unseen evil act. They're behind all this shit. Niggas don't own not now plane, train, boat. All right, niggas don't own none of this. Niggas barely, right? Niggas didn't usurp your government. Niggas ain't trying to merge your military with a known terrorist.
Or tax you.
Niggas ain't even terrorists, right? Niggas ain't taxing. Niggas ain't got nothing to do with the ills of this world.
Right, and most dumbass niggas, all they do is harm their own.
Dumb niggas.
Right?
And
they go out of their way to harm their own. And leave Esau alone. Esau only catch it when he open his dumbass mouth.
Yeah.
All right? When he think that he had a liberty to call him a nigga.
Right.
Nigga.
Pop.
You right? Right. Now he's appalled that he got the flops put on.
How dare you defend yourself?
Exactly.
You gonna make me pay for saying that shit in your face?
You know? And I see videos every day of Edomite catching the flops, male and female.
Instagram, I love that shit.
Running their mouth saying some dumb shit.
Exactly.
It's hard, man. My new one I like is seeing white. You know how these are black on black crime. Now I like to see the white on white.
Oh yeah, that's the
white on white. That's a channel, and they be showing nothing but Esau getting down on Esau, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful.
And it's funny, there's a nigga woman at the end. Say, ooh, this white on white crime is ghetto as fuck.
I saw it on Instagram. It made me smile, man. Seeing Esau getting his ass kicked, he kicking his own ass, and Jay kicking his ass.
Man. And we all noticed the uptick of his women completely trashing him. Right? So it's just a matter of time, man.
That's it.
You know, it can't last much longer. So we got any last precepts?
You talk for Zechariah.
Oh yeah, we gotta read that.
You got Zechariah
11:5.
This is Zechariah 11:5. Possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich," and their own shepherds pity them not.
Right. You know, the who possess and slay us and hold themselves not guilty. I mean, the most recent thing that's been highly in the news is this whole Nolan Wells thing. It was beyond obvious what happened. It was beyond obvious what happened before it even came out what happened. And then even with the evidence, they still trying to get around it.
And it's more than
right. You know, the evidence that they took that he died on land. They put him back on the boat and took him back to the island to drop his body off.
Yeah.
You know.
Meanwhile, his phone pinging with them.
Yeah. And then they claimed they didn't have his phone, didn't have his car keys. Nobody. Then now you got witnesses. Now you got witnesses saying, well, they saw him getting beat to death. They saw it.
Yeah, I seen the video.
So it's a lot of because the girl because you knew Katie was gonna cave because they tried to put it on her. He stayed on the island with Katie. Katie was like, no, he didn't. He got back on the boat with y'all.
Not that shit.
Right? And then they would try to say, oh, these images of him in the pool with all his white friends. That was AI. No, it wasn't. That nigga was really in the pool that night after all that stuff that whatever happened on the island. He went back to the mainland and was at Bart's house. Bart, right? Bart. And then you had all these people jump in there. Mostly Jake. So this gonna help to rouse Jake. Matter of fact, we'll make that the last scripture because what she did, you had a sound engineer that cleared up each individual voice in the background on the frantic phone call. So the grandfather, the owner of the boat, had them make the phone call as an alibi. They made the phone call, we're sinking, come get us. And so when they asked them questions, well, Is the water to your ankles? It's to your knees? How much time we got? You know, and right, and that's what you hear in the background. While he's saying that, you hear him wake up. Oh fuck, get up, Nolan. Nolan, wake up, man, don't die, don't. You hear all this shit in the background. You know, fucking Bart, why'd you hit him so hard? You hear all this shit in the background, right? And Bart is a little rich cracker, or you know. Edomite.
You can't prove anything.
You know, I should have called him a cracker. He's an Edomite. And, you know, he is an Edomite. He's an Edomite. He's a wealthy, privileged Edomite whose father's in the medical field. So you had two medical field professionals. You had the coroner, his father, the judge, and the sheriff all colluded together to cover and hide this shit. And because they've been getting away with it for so long, because it turns out that coroner was a lot of Jakes that died. Were their, you know, their death reports were coming back. Oh, no foul play, unfounded. Yeah, this guy in a wheelchair, I don't know how he hung himself up that tree, but yeah, he hung himself. You know, right, exactly.
What you call that? Medicinal causes?
Right.
Medicinal purposes, huh?
So, you know, it is what it is, man. So this man slay us all the day long, and then they lie about it, man.
And Nolan wasn't the only one. He just had to get recorded. Way more than that. Man.
So then all of a sudden when the tow called back, oh yeah, we're good now. You know, we don't need it anymore. We stopped up the water or whatever's going on. And then that boat that called for help that was sinking was pinging all over the place. Because it went back to land to the judge's house for them to clean it. The judge was trying to, because she understood, you know, forensics and all that shit. So they took it back to her house to clean it.
Find it with
then they put it in, right after they took his body. Then it pinged back on the island. It was all over the damn place. So this boat that was in duress and sinking did a whole lot of traveling shortly thereafter. It was moving around, like, you know.
So and then they asked him, "Where's the water at?" He wouldn't even ask where the water is at. And it's he said, "No, it's up to my knees. It's up to my ankles. It's up to." You would have said something.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just sinking.
Yeah.
She said, well, where's the, you know, she's trying to get a, so, you know, she's just trying to find out what's going on so she can get a report. You know, so is it up to your ankles? Is it up to your knees? How bad? How fast are you sinking? You know, because you don't know what other jobs they're doing or whatever. So we know we need to stop doing something else to get to you.
This is right.
Yeah, but it was all a lie, man.
Right.
So like you said, he holds himself not guilty, man. But what was that scripture I asked? Oh, who's gonna rouse him up? We're finished with that.
Also, Benji had put a little thing on.
Okay, come on.
Just real quick, it's a article, a 2020 article, where it says you can't sue Pfizer or Moderna if you have severe COVID vaccine side effects. The government likely won't compensate you for damages either.
Yeah, they make sure of that.
Yeah.
And then it's a thing he posted. It says the law providing broad immunity from lawsuits from COVID-19 vaccines manufacturers is the PREP Act.
And Trump was behind that.
And the PREP means Public Readiness and Emergency Preparedness Act.
But remember, you know, well, everybody can see the lesson and the information that I brought out yesterday. But remember, any code or statute like that one, which is going to stop someone from having their civil rights, because that's blocking civil rights.
Yeah, Constitution.
Anything that, matter of fact, while you read that, let me read this. All right. Let's go to the receipts.
It's supposed to be obsolete. It doesn't hold against the Constitution itself.
Madison versus Marbury is the case study.
Okay.
All right. Here it is. The Law of the Land. This is from the Laws, Black Laws Dictionary, Volume 2. This says the general misconception is that any statute passed by legislatures bearing the appearance of law constitutes the law of the land. Read that.
It says the law providing broad immunity.
No, the letter.
Oh,
what it's
the
called.
PREP Act.
Right. So
Public Readiness and Emergency Preparedness Act.
Okay, so let me read this again. The general misconception is that any statute passed by legislators bearing the appearance of law constitutes the law of the land. The PREP Act.
Yep.
All right. It says the U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. That's just why I've been saying this for years. Last in the way of this NWO is the Bible and the Constitution, and they've been violating the Constitution, but people are too stupid.
Right.
They're too stupid. And, like, this is why I refer to Americans as they're the bendovers.
Yeah.
All right, because you got a document that protects you from most of the shit that the government is doing to you. All right,
But the government, like, I don't give a fuck what I say.
pretty much.
You stupid.
Yeah, you're right. But then but the bend over shit. Well, anyway, the U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and any statute that to be valid, including PrEP, all right, must be in agreement. It is impossible for the law which violates the Constitution to be valid. This is essentially stated as follows: all laws that are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Marbury versus Madison, 1803. All right, so that PrEP Act is null and void, actually lawfully according to the law of the land,
Yeah.
because the PrEP Act is blocking people from their civil rights and justice. You can't infringe on any U.S. nationals. Never call yourself a citizen, because that puts you in that jurisdiction. You don't understand the nugget I just gave you. Refer to yourself as a national, but they cannot infringe upon your God-given rights. All right, they can infringe upon the Constitution. So that there, I don't give a fuck what they say.
Right. Yeah.
All right, them niggas right there. If you say this in court, that's gonna have all their lawyers shuffling and struggling.
I'm a nationalist.
All right.
Yeah, the Bill of Rights is over.
Not only that, basically everything that I just read, and the fact that you, not just that you're a nationalist, but everything I just read, Pops. All right, the Marbury versus Madison,
Right.
that whole case shuts this shit down. All right, just like it shut down all the codes and the statutes that they use to scare tactic people into taking the damn death shot in the first place.
But
go ahead, read.
Ultimately, like the scripture say, they're gonna say, well, let our strength be the law.
And
of
that's when
justice.
2 Ezra 15 happens, because that's where people are now. This is where people are now. But go ahead.
So it says the PrEP Act, enacted originally in 2005, in March 2020, the federal government issued a formal declaration under the act to cover COVID-19 countermeasures, blocking standard personal injury
Which means they knew, because what they were trying to do is protect Big Pharma.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
It says blocking standard personal injury lawsuits against vaccine makers.
There you go. And then this is why, what was that one Italian dude that did the hit job? Or they made him the fall guy for the hit job? You know, the dude that Lucci or whatever his name was, that did the hit on the big pharmaceutical.
Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, Luigi Mangione. Sounds like a damn Italian hitman, right? He said, yeah, you harmed a friend of ours. And he took care of that nigga. Okay? And people were getting behind this nigga. And people were getting behind Luigi, man. They were looking at him like a hero, man. You ever seen that movie, The Boondock Saints?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Shit, 1 and 2.
You know? Yeah, that's actually a really good ass movie, man. Because the saints are gonna come and do exactly that. Extract the Lord's vengeance, you know, according to the scriptures. All right? And under his guide, because he's gonna actually come and do it first, and then he's gonna turn them loose on you.
Think Capo does it.
Go ahead, Capo.
Just one. This is Sirach chapter 13, verse 3 in the Good News translation. If a rich person wrongs someone, he can afford to add insult to injury. But if a poor person is wronged, he is forced to apologize for himself. So
Damn.
Yeah, they're like, oh well, you shouldn't have took it. Well,
Right.
my job, but well, you shouldn't have took it.
Well, I'm just gonna add.
It's on you.
But I was
I'm
right.
just gonna, you know, I'm gonna pay my many
Apologize.
lobbyist friends,
Right. Oh,
you know, to make this amendment. Ha
Yeah, and we're gonna put in the fine print. Yeah, you can't sue us. You know, executives. No
Preemptively.
executives got
Preemptively.
charged with anything. Fauci can just go on this political theater and just say, "I plead the fifth." It's all theater at this point, but like the elder was saying, that's gonna feed into that 2 Ezra 15. People are gonna get tired of the shit show. All right. And
People
as
are
they
already
see-
tired.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
see their sons and daughters dying for the small hats.
Yeah, because I wonder, you
It's
know,
gonna be over with.
I don't know the story behind the dude in Idaho, but you know, something is telling me they may have something to do with some of the stuff that's going on right now.
I hope so.
Right? So, and eventually it's gonna be, you know, 5 of him. Then it's gonna be 10 of him. Then it's gonna be whole platoons of him. Right? Then it's gonna be thousands of him. So this is where we are, man.
Let's
So
go.
so with that, we want to give all praise, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakakadash,
Kwam Yasharala,
Kwam Yasharala,
Abba Babal.
Abba Babal.
Turn those chains off. Go to the cellars and buy.
Go.